Good morning, people. My name is Danny Graham. Welcome back to my show, Comic Chats. Before we get into this is a full spoiler for Spider-Man Far From Home. This is a full spoiler. So if you have not seen it, you want to stop right now because I'm going to tell you my take. I'm going to tell you parts of the movie. I'm going to tell you things that I thought were good, that I thought were bad, that I thought were okay. Now, before we get started with the full spoiler of Spider-Man Far From Home, I want you to do a couple things for me. First, please hit that subscribe button if this is your first time viewing my channel. Then please hit the notification button so you won't miss any material that I upload. And please give me a thumbs up and leave comments at the end of this video. Now, to get into the show today, Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm going to say that it was an okay movie. If I get to rate it, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 stars. First, when it came on, it explains to you the 5-year difference. They call it the blip. It tells you that if kids were in the blip, they stayed the same age. If kids that weren't in the blip, the snap, when Thanos snapped, the ashing snap that disappeared, that's the blip. They grew up and they were 5 years when their brothers or sisters or mothers or parents came back, their child, their loved one was 5 years older. In the movie, in the first part of the movie, Peter professes to Ned that he cares and likes MJ, that when they go to Paris and on that summer trip and that school trip, that he's going to tell her how he feels about her. Her favorite flower is something called the Black Dahlia, and he's going to go to this special crystal shop and get that made, and then when they go to the Eiffel Tower, he's going to present it to her and tell her that how he felt about him. You can tell that MJ is kind of feeling Peter some too, but she kind of holds back on stuff. Now, there's an individual named Brad. He's a new character. He is Peter's rival in this. He likes MJ too, and so he does everything that he can to try to throw salt in Peter's game. And at one point, when they're traveling, Peter is taking off his pants to put on the new black uniform that we see. And Ned just happens to walk in and he takes a picture of Peter taking off his pants. And he tells Peter straight up that, look, I know you like MJ, but I like her too. And I'm going to show her this, throw salt in your game. But kind of back foot on that. Before that happened, Peter met with Samuel Jackson. And that scene that we all seen where he's shooting there with the trank gun and he's talking to Peter is basically when he tells Peter that he's the next man up. That Iron Man had faith in him, and that there is something on Earth now that is that could potentially destroy the Earth, and he was referring to the elementals. At that time, he gave Peter some of those glasses that you see him put on that Tony Stark was famous for wearing. And the name of the glass and the AI, artificial intelligence that the glasses provided Peter, was called Edith, which stands for, is the acronym for even in death, I'm still the hero. Even in death, I'm the hero. That's what it was acronym for. Edith. No, even dead, I'm the hero. That's what it was. Edith. EDITH. Even dead, I'm the hero. So whenever Peter put the glasses on and said the word Edith, he had access to all of Tony Stark's gadgets and stuff. When he first put them on, he was on the bus. They were traveling to a different part of the country, and he could hear it talking to him, and then he could see everybody's cell phones. He could see the conversations, everything. It was like top-notch technology, and also it had some Stark drones that were somewhere in the satellite in space that he could control. And just when he got those glasses was just when Brad had took the pictures of him and that woman when he was changing clothes. And so he had one of the drones come and try and shoot. Well, he didn't fully understand the power, and it was coming to kill Brad. Actually, he just wanted him to destroy that camera phone so he wouldn't show the picture to MJ. But more or less, he got control of it. The drone came, and of course he used some of his powers to prevent the drone from shooting the bus and killing Brad. It's kind of funny when they do that. there's a part where him and Flash is fighting over the glasses, and he kind of punches and knocks Flash out. Really funny. Kind of go back a little bit. I kind of jump ahead of myself. It first starts when Nick Fury and the agent, I can't think of her name, they go to some little town in Mexico, and Mysterio appears. And then he said, "Who are y'all?" And then when he's talking to them, one of the elementals look kind of like the Sandman. He comes up. Then Mysterio starts fighting it. Then it kind of fast forward to Nick Fury introduces Spider-Man to Mysterio. At that time he was Mysterio, he was Quentin Beck. But then as the news media got into it, they named him Mysterio, and it stick with him. And so he was telling Peter Parker that he's from a different multiverse. Then Peter Parker just starts starting off, well, you can't do that because of the quantum this and quantum that, blah, 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 blah. Everybody was looking at him like it was crazy. And then he said, well, don't apologize because you're the smartest one in the room. But he was saying that we're on Earth 616, and that he's from Earth 232 or 222 or some crazy number like that. And that they destroyed his Earth and killed his family. And now he was here to try to save our Earth. And of course, he had the little powers that he shot out of his gauntlets, and it seemed always was able to defeat the elementals. He done killed, I think, 2 or 3 of them. And the last one was the fire, which he said was the most powerful. And whenever it touched metal, it would always grow and gravitate and do all kind of crazy stuff and get stronger. So Peter Parker said, look, I don't want to help. I don't want to be the next one doing this. I'm still a kid. I just want to be in my neighborhood. So he said, and plus people figure out my identity because when I show up in Washington on the trip, now I'm on this trip, and I show up. So they made him that black suit that we see, and it's called, and they calling him Night Monkey. Not him, but Ned did, because Ned was so against them being tied down with girlfriends. But then he met a girl on the trip, one of the classmates, and he and the girl, they hook up and fell in love. And this kind of threw a monkey wrench in what he was trying to tell Peter, because Peter was trying to be romantic with MJ, but it didn't work out at that particular time. So Ned told the girl that he wasn't Spider-Man and his name was Night Monkey, and that kind of stick. Also, they developed the spider sense, but they call it the Peter tingle. That Aunt May came up with that before they left on the trip. So they would kind of refer to it in different parts, calling it the Peter tingle. But basically, it was a spider sense, but he hadn't quite understood how it worked, got a grasp of it yet. So, fast forward to, okay, they destroy the fire monster, and then Peter Parker feels like, Spider-Man feels like he's not the right one to have those glasses, and he really likes Mysterio, so he gives Mysterio the glasses, and Mysterio acts like he don't want them at first and stuff, but when he goes to this place, it looks like a bar, but actually it's one giant illusion. And that's when it's first revealed that Mysterio isn't a good guy at all, but he's a bad guy. And basically he was a disgruntled employee of Tony Stark, because he made the tech, if you remember, in I think Civil War, when Tony Stark went back into his childhood and was showing the tech, the holograms and stuff. That was something that Mysterio made, and then I think his acronym for it was BAR for something, and that pissed Mysterio off. And then Tony Stark fired Mysterio back then because he said that he wasn't stable, which he's not. He is a psychopath. If you get in his way, he will kill you. Don't mind killing you, and it always seems a reason why you gotta die. So basically, another guy, if you remember in Iron Man, the first Iron Man, when Obadiah Stane was fussing at him and saying, I need you to make this smaller because Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. And the doctor said, I'm not Tony Stark. He was also in it too, because he was some kind of specialist in electronics or something. But basically, it was a team of disgruntled employees from Stark Enterprises that Tony Stark either fired or they felt like he didn't treat them right. So they all banded together, and one was made the story up about the different Earths, the multiverse. One made the holograms, one made the drones, one made some kind of pulse that would simulate the power source of the aliens. So they all collaborated and made one big elaborate lie, and Mysterio was able to use all of them and come up with this person in the suit and stuff, and that's how he wanted to ingratiate himself and begin the next hero and the next Avenger. But it was all made up out of his mind and the minds of the other ones, and they could use that hologram and stuff, and they could kind of act out the scenes of what they were going to do. But the holograms are so real and so powerful that you believe it. The only way they figured out is that one night Spider-Man told MJ that he wanted to do something special with her, and she agreed to. That's when she kind of revealed to him that she knew he was Spider-Man. And then one of the things that during the fight, one of the cameras was taken, and when him and MJ was talking on the bridge, the hologram came up and it showed him what, and then he figured out, I did the wrong thing. I gave Mysterio those glasses when I shouldn't have given him those glasses. It's all been one big fake and one big just hoax. So he's trying to get to Nick Fury to let him know. But of course, now Mysterio has the Edith glasses that he can control all kind of electronics and intercept stuff, because the AI that Tony Stark gave to Spider-Man was it was just that advanced. So he gets to trying to go to Germany where Nick Fury is at, but then Mysterio finds out that he knows that he's a hoax and that he's a fake. So he intercepts Spider-Man, and he makes one big elaborate hologram. You can't tell it's real. He's Nick Fury, and he's making Spider-Man do all kind of crazy stuff, hitting walls and stuff, because the illusion is just that powerful and real. Now that was the best part of the movie to me. The way that the illusions that Mysterio had were just like they were in the comic books and in the cartoons. It would definitely fool you. Only thing that finally got him at the end, this right here what I said, they should have let him have a good grasp on his spider sense, because he would have been able to tell what was real or not. But I guess it made the scene a little bit stronger, because at that time he didn't have a full grasp of his spider sense. So he was taking a lot of abuse, and finally he got hit by some speeding train that I thought would almost killed him. It lamed him up pretty good, but he was able to survive it and heal up and call for Happy. Happy came over there and was able to kind of give him a pep talk and get him back, his head back straight. And he said, I need a suit. Happy opened up the room, and of course Tony Stark had like the portable lab in there, and then it showed Spider-Man making his own suit. And he was more like Tony Stark, because he could able to talk to the computer and tell exactly what he needed. And he put the virtual webs in, like Tony Stark put his virtual gauntlets in. It was a little homage to Tony Stark, brought back memories. Definitely there was a big fight scene, and then basically the fight scene was him fighting. It was a combination of the monsters: fire monster, water monster, and the land monster, whatever, elemental. But it was an elaborate hologram and illusion that Mysterio and his team put together, because now they had access to all the drones, and the drones could shoot out the pictures, and it could also shoot the guns and make all the things sound real. And he was able to put it together. But Spider-Man by that time knew how and had figured out his spider sense and was able to tell what was real and fake at the final showdown. And he was able to get Mysterio, the best Mysterio. And it looked like Mysterio died because one of the bullets ricocheted and it hit him. And Spider-Man was able to save the day and cut off all the drones that was going to try and kill Happy, Flash, Mary Jane, MJ, and Ned and his girlfriend. So basically that's how it went off. Now, I will tell you on a later date about the two, I'll discuss that tomorrow, about the two end scene credits and what I think about it, because basically, to me, one of them didn't make sense, but that's here nor there. Tune in tomorrow and we'll do the end scene credits. But as always, I want to ask you to stay safe, be cool. As always, I'm going to end my videos with peace.